I saw that you used to charge your cousin $2 to braid their hair, which I thought was
I
hilarious.
did. I was what, every bit of like 9 or 10 years old.
So when did it click that that could be a real career for you? And then how did film and TV come into all of it?
Oh God, it clicked when I was a kid. So my mom's a hairstylist,
Mhm.
and I grew up literally watching her do hair in the salon. So
Mhm.
I already knew, like, gosh, how is she transforming all these people and she don't even know what they want? Like it, I didn't know you had to do a consultation, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So the older I got and I realized like, yo, that's what it is. It's the beauty industry. People come, they call, say, hey, I want to get a wash and curl, I want to get a wrap, whatever the case may be. And it's that's the industry and that's how it works. So it was real interesting. I always had a heart for it. Always had a heart for it, always wanted to do it. And I used to beg my cousins to let me do their hair, beg my aunties, let me do your kids' hair. And I remember I'm like, I'll do your hair for $2. Two. Well, actually, I wanted more, but they only gave me $2. So I was happy with that.
So when did your mom ever do anything with film and TV? Like how did you decide to not follow the salon path and go the film and
I
TV?
I went the salon path, so I
Okay.
had a salon and everything. Got into TV and film. Let me see. So years ago, I was on a show called Hair Battle Spectacular, and I met this guy on the show. His name was Bryson Connolly, and he was one of my good friends. And he was working on a show called Vampire Diaries
Mhm.
down in Atlanta. And he was like, "Okay, we need a third." And I didn't know what a third was. For all of you in TV and film, you guys know when you grew up, you have a department head, a key, and a third, and then obviously so on and so forth. I had no idea what a third was because I lived in Ohio at the time. And he's like, come on and drive down here from Ohio to Atlanta, which is something we always used to do. We loved to road trip. So it was nothing to drive down there. And we went in. I kid you not, they were like, okay, so you're gonna be our third. And I was like, okay, now I'm thinking in my mind, I'm just helping out. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Just I'm gonna just help out these little 3 days and I'm down here, we staying with a friend, and I'm going back home to my clients. So I did it, didn't realize it was a trial run, didn't realize that they wanted me for real full time. And before you know it, they were like, I was back home in Ohio. They was like, wait, where'd you go? We have this date, this date, this date. I need you Wednesday. I said, wait, what? Wait, y'all want me to come back down there? I didn't go, but I still maintain a positive relationship with them. And to this day, now that we're all in the union, they still have my full support. And we laugh about that story because I truly was so green. I had no idea what a third was. I'm like, you should have told me this is a third position, which means you're going to be in XYZ. And
Mhm.
now that I'm a department head, anybody that I talk to that come on my team, baby, they get a full rundown.
Mhm.
This is what you're gonna do. We're gonna need you these days, da 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 da. Like, so yeah, that's how I got into TV and film. And my first day on the set was Vampire Diaries, and it was so interesting, and I was so intrigued. Like the whole experience was just great. Shout out to Danielle Curate, who was a department head at that time for Vampire Diaries. But it was a fun experience.
Yeah. I saw that you've created a digital planner for hairstylists who are working on film and TV productions, and it seems like you wanting to like reach down and pull up people behind you is something that's very important to you. So if you want to talk a little bit about that, I would love to hear about the planner, about your website, all of that.
Absolutely. So my website is Fingers Beauty Academy. Well, actually fingersbeauty.com, but I have a community, Fingers Beauty Academy. I have been teaching in this industry literally since 2009. And when I say teaching, I'm talking about licensed instructor, was a licensed instructor in Ohio before I came out here to California. But I also did a lot of trade shows,
Mhm.
platform work, platform artistry work before I came out with my own program and own products and things of that nature. But the thing for me was in this industry, like my mom, I love my mom. She's in the beauty industry, but she can only teach me what she knew in the salon world. And I noticed that even though I have friends in the film and TV industry, a lot of people didn't really tell you a lot of things. They kind of let you do things on your own, which is great. But it's always good to bring someone up behind you, with proper training.
Hmm.
Let's put that out there. But you want to create a community of people that you can be able to trust that aren't going to stab you in the back just to get the next job. You know how this industry can be ruthless, but everybody is not like that. And I just have faith in building up our community as hairstylists and makeup artists so that we can be able to come together, stick together. Because at the end of the day, they're not just going to say when the director needs someone on set, they're not going to just say one department. They're going to say hair and makeup, HMU, where's hair and makeup? Where's hair and makeup? We need hair and makeup. It's always a combination of the two. So I've always had a sense of unity. And a lot of times people don't share. They don't talk about, what this is how I went through it, but they don't give those guidelines and steps, which are okay. And sometimes you do got to learn it on your own because you get some people that come in that can be a little stubborn, you know how that go. And sometimes, they want your help, great. They don't, deuces. But you can only do so much. But I just hope and pray that, the people's lives that I was able to help, there were people that helped me. I know what it's like to go on set and don't know where I'm supposed to be or don't know where I'm supposed to go. And then you get the famous line, did you read the call sheet? It's like, bro, I just got here. Where's breakfast? Did you read the call sheet? It's like, okay, yo, we get it. We get it, but everybody don't understand. They don't know. So for me, I always try to make life as easy as possible. Even when people come to my show, Abbott Elementary, I always make it a point to set everybody up for success all the way across the board. Because if I set you up for success, you won't be hounding me a lot of questions. Well, what are we
Yeah.
supposed to do? What's the look? Da 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 da. Nope, here it is. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. And so with Abbott Elementary, you've been there for about half of its run. So what has kind of been the
I
biggest?
have all of its run.
Oh, okay. IMDb is telling me half, but I am
No,
sorry.
no. IMDb needs to be updated. Lord forgive me, but they need to be updated. So I've been there
Yeah,
since season one. So season one,
absolutely.
yeah. I
Yeah.
started
So
off,
what?
sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just going to ask what the biggest change is. If you've been there from day one, what is the biggest change from day one to the end of season four where we're at now?
Oh God, the story that we're telling through hair. It's
Yeah.
a huge change. And for Quinta, that was so important to tell that story. So with me being there since day one, even the first day, and how those characters were, there was a story to be told since the inception of this show. Like Quinta knew that she was gonna get a glow up. She ain't tell us yet. She ain't tell me till about season three, but But she knew it. And you can tell with the little things that she would write. Like, her hair is parted to the different side, like we did in season two. And
Mhm.
then season three, okay, she's in her, district role. And now we're going to with this part down the middle that she means business. And then now coming into season four, she's relaxed, she's matured in her relationship, and she knows herself. And now she's the one giving advice to Barbara. Even though when Barbara was giving the advice, Ava was giving it the advice, Jacob, everyone's giving the advice, but now she's the one that's the voice of reason. This is all shown through the maturity and it shows through her hair. That's why I love telling this story. And I'm just so happy I was able to be a part of that.
And so I'm curious because you get to do crazy things like the guinea pig wigs, you get to do like the 100 day, but then it really does come down to just the part of the hair.
Yeah,
Like you said with Quinta's character. So can you
yeah.
talk a little bit about like the joy that you find from the really small touches and then like the crazy stuff you get to do?
So it's like this. I mean, we as hairstylists and creatives and department heads, we always want to go above and beyond.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We always want to say, "Oh, we're going to do a ponytail. Oh, well, can this be like a 60-inch ponytail?" Like We're always thinking of the dramatics of it all. But one thing I love about it is those subtle differences.
Mhm,
And those subtle differences, like the part change.
mhm,
Those subtle differences, like the hair is a little bit more contained
mhm,
or it's a little bit more defined. That's the right word that I want to use. The
mhm,
curls are more defined.
mhm,
Everything is done with intention, even down to the type of products that we use. Because if you're using certain products and then your hair naturally starts to swell like natural curly
mhm,
hair does, it swells over time if you're not using certain products. So you'll see it go from, confined to bigger,
mhm,
bigger, bigger. But even with this season, we wanted to maintain that consistency. So that's why everything is a little bit more together with her hair. And those are the things that I love to see. And even though it can be repetitive, like I said, as a hairstylist, you will notice just when you watch other shows, you'll notice continuity. That's the first, because we're so
mhm,
used to continuity, you'll notice it other places. You're like, dang, okay, why that curl different? Oh, they must have did that on a different day, or they must have had to reshoot. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like always in continuity mode,
mhm,
and it's harder than you think to maintain continuity when you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then boom, you hit with something else you got to do. But when you are hit with those other looks, like we get to have fun with Ava with her bob haircut
mhm,
when she's going to the district and telling them, hey, we need this right now. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
we get to have fun with those looks and still tell the story to elevate their characters. So, yeah.
And continuity is such an interesting thing because obviously anyone who watches movies is aware of it, but
Mhm.
it's like h- how does your brain even work through the continuity of hair? Because like the amount of times that I've moved my hair in this short interview is out of control. And it's probably like I can't imagine what that's like on a film set. So can
Oh,
you talk a
it's
little bit about that, like tuning into it?
you can't control when actors get on the set and they want to move their hair out the way and they do their frame in different way. You can't control it. All you have to do is be that really good hairstylist and be on standby and be like, okay, I gotta run in. Let me put it back here. And sometimes they'll be like, no, this was like, no, that's not what it was in this last frame. It has to be like this. So sometimes it's good, and sometimes it also even telling that story,
Mhm,
for example, like you said, how your hair has changed, but that's the personality of you.
mhm,
You're not just a person that, because if you wanted it to stay, you would have hairs for you to spray some spray on and it wouldn't move. But you're a very open person. You're a very it's gonna go where it's gonna go person. You
Yep.
see what I'm saying? Was I right? Was I right?
You are 100% right. There's a
Yes.
little
So
thing of
you see what
gel
I'm saying? See, a little thing. You know
that I
where to,
don't use.
you know what I'm saying? And you know where to put it if you need to. But that's the same thing. That hair is the hair's personality. It has
Mhm,
personality. So it has to go with the character and its movements.
mhm,
And with continuity, we try to stay on top of it, which we have. Nobody's really noticed
mhm.
yet. But still, that's the joy of this business.
Yeah. My last question for you is about the guinea pigs because I just think it's such a weird, fun thing. How does doing a wig for a guinea pig differ from doing a wig for a human person?
It's very different. I had to do wig fitting.
What?
Yes, so I had to do a wig fitting, first of all, to make sure that the wig actually fits. I had to make sure that the wig fits on the guinea pig and to see if the guinea pig was going to be comfortable with wearing the wig. If the wig guinea pig was comfortable, then I had to make sure I put a little chin strap on it
Uh-huh.
so it can hold the wig in place because we can't use glue. Also, my products is lace like melting spray. We do not test on animals. So I
Right.
had to do it with like chin straps to make sure the wig ain't going nowhere. And it was great. It was interesting. I'd rather do it on a guinea pig than do it on anything else because I am deathly afraid of mice and rats. So I thank God they didn't write a mouse and rat in there because I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wouldn't even went in there. I tell them they had to write something else.
What is I have to ask because I've never heard of a wig fitting for a guinea pig. What did that entail? Like, what did you do?
Well, I had to talk to the animal wrangler and I had to ask them what their measurements were because I needed to know. I literally had to, I don't even know if I went, I will say this, I was going to go as far as making a fake guinea pig. So I can try to put it on the head. I was up looking on YouTube because nobody's never made a fake guinea pig before. So I'm like, how can I quickly make this wig so quick so that it can be able to fit on this guinea pig and still read Melissa? That was the other thing. I had to read Melissa. So
Hmm.
I had to give the wig to Dustin, who's my key, so he can be able to style the wig so I can put it on the guinea pig. Baby, it was a whole process. I was like, Lord, this is going for the books.
That is so fun. And the Halloween episodes, it's truly been such a blast. As someone who's, like I said, not great with hair, but to watch the hair journey and like as a novice, just really enjoy it. It's been such a fun time all throughout Abbott Elementary.
Thank you so, so much. We work really hard. And, besides myself and my team, Dustin Osborne, Christina Joseph, Natita Stribling, and also Charlotte Noon, we have become a well-oiled machine that just makes sure everything runs like it needs to run. And as well as all of the hairstylists and artists that came in from the local 706, I couldn't be more blessed with an amazing cast and crew.
Yeah, it does seem like the Abbott Elementary group is such a great, and I'm Pittsburgh, but I got to show some love to Philly for because of Abbott.
Period.